Spotify just got hit with a massive class action lawsuit claiming that its discovery mode is a modern form of payola. What is payola? Is it illegal? Let's break it down. The term payola references to the 1950s and 60s practice of paying radio DJs to play your music on the radio. Back then, it was really common for record label executives to pay DJs under the table to promote their music. And this was back when radio play was the main driver of album sales, and when album sales were the main source of income for artists and record labels. Eventually, Congress caught on to all these shady payments and passed the Communications Act, which basically just says that if you're going to put something on the radio because somebody paid you to put something on the radio, you have to disclose that to the listener. However, the Communications Act was enacted to govern radio airplay, so there's a little bit of a gray area as to whether it applies the same to streaming platforms. If it does, Spotify might be in trouble. Spotify has a function called Discover Mode, and with this function, listeners don't pick the music that they listen to. Instead, Spotify recommends music to them based on their past listening habits. In theory, this function leads to the discovery of new music that the listeners never heard before and might not have otherwise discovered. But, according to this lawsuit, listening habits aren't the only thing that these recommendations are based off of. Allegedly, music owners, which can be record labels or artists, can boost their recommendations in Discover Mode by accepting a reduced royalty rate. People are saying, I'll take less money per stream in exchange for Spotify, making it more likely that people listen to my music in Discover Mode. Is that fair? Probably not. Is it illegal? We don't know. The Communications Act was designed to govern radio airplay, not streaming, and this lawsuit might help us figure out how it applies to streaming in the modern era. The suit specifically raises concerns of false advertising and deceptive trade practices. In other words, it's all going to come down to whether this function gives some music owners an unfair advantage over others, and whether it's ultimately harmful to consumers. Follow us to stay up to date on this case and more.